Rocket ships needed rocket fuel to get to the moon. Airplanes need jet fuel in order to fly across the country. Cars need gasoline in order to drive down the highway, unless you're a Tesla, of course, and then you just need a battery. My point is that everything needs fuel or a catalyst in order to move, and penny stocks are no exception. In the early part of the year, the catalyst for penny stocks was the Rhinoceros Rex. The Rhinoceros Rex sector was hot, and all these small penny stock biotech companies were running and skying to the moon. And then there was a sector shift, and it's moved to the EV penny stocks. And then all the EV penny stocks were flying to the moon on the EV sector catalyst. And I smell something. I'm smelling a sector shift back from the EV sector to the Rhinoceros Rex sector. Actually, I think I'm just smelling where my dog just took a dump on the floor. But in all seriousness, I have been noticing the sector shift moving back from the EV penny stocks to the Rhinoceros Rex penny stocks. And today we're going to talk about the top 2 penny stocks to buy right now. They're both in the Rona sector, and I think they both have massive upside potential. They're both small penny stock biotechs, and they are ready to run to the moon. These, my friends, are the top penny stocks to buy right now. So stay tuned. What is up, my trader homies? It's your boy Kevin from Touchdown Trades, your trading BFF, your stock market bestie. Today we're going to be talking about my 2 top penny stocks to buy right now. These are 2 penny stocks in the same sector. They are both in the Rhinoceros Rex sector, as I think there's a shift coming back into the virus sector. Back in early March, the penny stocks that were taking off were all Rona related, and we then moved to the EV penny stocks, and there was a bunch of small caps and penny stocks in the EV sector that started to take off. And I'm starting to smell, I'm getting the scent, and I got a pretty good sniffer. I got a pretty big nose, as you can see. I'm starting to smell that these Rona vaccine penny stocks and the Rona drug penny stocks are starting to pick up some steam, and there's some sector strength starting to come back in to these Rhinoceros Rex small caps and penny stocks. So I got two really good Rhinoceros Rex penny stock plays for you guys today. The first one that we're going to talk about is ticker symbol NNVC. It is Nanovirusides Inc., and it is a biotech that works on and develops drugs and vaccines to combat viruses and infections. And we can see that over the last few months, this thing really picked up some steam when the Rona first started to show its face and get some PR. However, it has since kind of dwindled down as the volume has decreased over time. But today, we had a pretty high volume day. It traded, I think, about 80 million shares today, I want to say. Maybe a little bit less than 80 million shares today. We can see that it spiked about 40% today, a really nice day. And I still think it's a buy. And we're going to talk about why I think this company is a buy and is going to offer us a really nice risk to reward swing trade here. So let's jump into this. We'll break down what the company does. We'll break down the company fundamentals, and then we'll come back and break down the charts for my top 2 penny stocks to buy right now. Here we're on the Nanovirusides Incorporated, the NNVC website, and basically all this company does is their sole focus is developing drugs and vaccines to beat viruses. So if we have the thesis in the belief, which I do, that the coronavirus sector is going to start picking up some steam, is going to start picking up some strength, then this is a company that we want to be long. We want to be in this company when the sector strength comes back into the Rona stocks. This is the PR that sent the stock up 40+% today. Intraday. So basically the PR is that they're going to present at a virtual Rona drug conference tomorrow. However, in the PR, they came out and said that the drug that they're working on is showing very promising signs, and they went as far as to say that their drug is going to be different than other drugs and therapeutics because they believe that this drug will be good forever. And what I mean by that is sometimes viruses can adapt to drugs and they can mutate and evolve, and the drugs won't be as effective as they were when the drug initially was released. For example, penicillin was super effective when it first came out. Very small doses would work for various different sicknesses, and as time went by it became a little more ineffective and they had to switch some things up. Basically what the NNVC is saying, that this drug that they're working on, that will never happen, that the virus will never be able to mutate and beat this drug. So I found that pretty intriguing and promising. Another PR that I want to go over real quick is that NNVC raised capital last month, July 23rd, for this drug. They raised over $11 million in order to work on this drug and get it to market. So one concern we always have when we're investing and trading these penny stocks is that even if we time the trade right or time the investment right, get in at a good price, and the company spikes, we always have the risk of a public offering or the company raising capital and diluting the share price, and we get stuck in a drop. So it's very promising to know that this company has already raised capital and they have money on deck to work on this drug. So we should not have to worry about an offering and getting stuck in a drop due to an offering, which is always more comfortable being in a longer term swing trade or a penny stock investment, knowing that the company isn't going to pull some shadiness behind your back. All right, guys, so let's look at the company, the NNVC fundamentals real quick. We can see that it is a pretty small float that we have here with only 6.4 million shares in the float. So if any sort of volume or buying pressure starts coming into this stock, it is going to run pretty fast. We also have decent average volume of over 1 million shares traded on average per day. So that's going to allow us to get in with whatever kind of position size we want to get into this trade with without having to worry about any illiquid stocks or that type of thing. So it's always good to know that there's volume going to be traded on this stock. We have a market cap of $55 million, so there's room to grow. So the fundamentals are looking decent. They don't have any sales because it's a biotech. They don't currently have any drugs in market. If they come to market with a Ronna drug, this thing could sky literally 1,000%. It's that kind of company where it's going to be hit or miss. Very speculative, but I believe the risk to reward ratio is there, and let's jump into the charts and talk about that. So this thing obviously made a huge move today, and I'm not wanting to buy this thing at highs after it just made a huge 40% move in one day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing on my radar and I'm going to watch it for a pullback into this level right here at the $4 and say 50-cent level. So that's $1 off where it's trading now. It's actually trading higher because it ran up into after hours. It's currently trading at $6.30. So what we can do is we can plot out some levels that we can get long into off of this intraday chart, some support and resistance levels. We've got another level up here at 530. Actually, that's the level that I like right there because I'm probably going to have to I'll be waiting forever for that 430 level to come into play. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking to get long tomorrow or over the next week or so into that $5.30 level on any type of pullback. We get a pullback into that level, I'm going to be holding, and my first take profit will be over this high that we broke after hours today. So I'll be looking for the $7 break, so the risk to reward is there. We are going to be risking probably off of, say, the 450, 475. You can give it 475. So you're risking 75 cents to make about $1.50. So the 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio that we like to see on trades is there. So that's trade number one, this NNVC. Let's talk about the second top penny stock that I like right now. But before we do that, go down to the comment section and leave your favorite penny stock that you're watching right now. The other day, a subscriber left a stock that they were watching in the comment section, and I actually caught a really nice swing trade on that penny stock because of that subscriber leaving it in the comment section. So I always like to see what you guys are watching. So go down in the comment section and leave the top penny stock that you're watching right now down there. All right, so let's move on to the second top penny stock in the Ronna sector that I'm watching right now. All right, guys, so the second ticker that I'm watching right now is this TNXP, Tonix Pharma's Holding Corp. It's another biotech in the Ronna Rex sector. Okay, we can see that this thing has been volatile since the Ronna Rex has came into play, and we currently have made a huge run up in the beginning of July, mid-July, and have just sold off ever since. So we have an opportunity to get in on a pretty nice pullback in front of support. My favorite trades, the only trades I take, are on pullbacks in front of support. We got tons of support, tons of volume traded in this area. We're trading above that level. We can look at there for support and look for the rocket ship back up. So let's talk about what the company does real quick and why I like this TNXP. So we're on the TNXP website, and their little quick bio says, Tonix is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company committed to discovering and developing innovative and proprietary new therapeutics that address the needs of patients, aka they're a biotech and they're in the Ronna space. So we're looking to get long these Ronna companies as the sector strength comes back. I've already said that like 5 times. I know, I'm sorry, but it's just, I think that the sector strength is very important, and I think it's coming back sooner than later. TNXP is also presenting at a conference this week, and they will be talking about the Ronna vaccine that they are working on. So we have very similar catalysts as NNVC does, so I like to find sympathy plays. So if NNVC is going to be continuously So if NNVC is going to continue to be strong, then we can look for this TNXP to pick up some steam as well. In July, this Tonix Pharmaceuticals announced that they are opening up a Massachusetts-based research and design facility to accelerate their vaccine, which is important because they're obviously going to need a place to work on this thing, and it shows that they're serious. They're opening up new facilities in order to get this vaccine to market quicker. On a side note, they have also partnered with Fujifilm Biotechnologies to be the manufacturing partner for this Ronna vaccine candidate. So they got partners in the making, in the works, and they have the facility that they're going to work on this vaccine already down. So this TNXP looks to be pretty serious. Sometimes with these biotech penny stocks, you got to be careful and you got to do some due diligence to make sure the companies are actually serious and aren't coming out with PRs just to get a quick little spike, and then it just falls back to where it came from after a couple days. So I think this TNXP is a legit company, and they're seriously working on some Ronna medications and vaccines. This company, however, is different than NNVC, as their float is gigantic with 100 million shares. So we may not see the type of quick spikes that we might get from NNVC. However, I believe the potential is there. The risk to reward, I believe, is even better on this TNXP than the NNVC, as we have tons of support we can risk off of on this trade. It may not be as quick, it may not be as volatile, but we have good volume, average volume of 20 million plus shares per day on this ticker, so we can get in with whatever size we want as well on this one. So let's break down the chart, break down the trade, and I'll talk about where I want to get in this TNXP and where I'm looking to take profit and setting my stop loss. All right, guys, so the great thing about this trade here is that we're not going to have to give it much room at all, as we have a nice level to buy in front of right here at like the 75-cent area. We got plenty of interactions to confirm that it is a valid level. Interactions all over the place in this area here. And also we came down, touched it one time, and held it. So we want this to be a lower low. We want this level to hold, and if it doesn't, we just cut it, we get out, and we move on to the next one. We're only risking about 10 cents on this trade. So we want this 75-cent level to hold. My first take profit will be up here over $1. So we're getting absolutely great risk to reward on this trade. It has really nice potential, and the opportunity is there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then you know what time it is. You already know what time it is. It's time to give the like button to touchdown trade snake eye jab in the eyes. We do it every video. The like button is blind already because we've snake eye jabbed it so many times, but we want to keep it blind. We don't want its eyesight coming back. So make sure on your way out, just give it the two-finger jab in the eye. All right, guys, I love all of you. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Drop.